Hi everybody, welcome to day V for Vellum, and we have this awesome piece of vellum that I got in some Happy Mail, and I'm excited to just go ahead and use it. So I have a couple different ways for you to use vellum and a couple of tips. One of the things is a lot of the glues will not really work with vellum. I prefer to use my stapler or sewing to put things onto vellum. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to make this large pocket. So, and I also like to do this sometimes with tissue paper. But what I'm going to do though is I want to make sure my pocket is going to be under 10, or my page is going to be under 10 inches. So I'm going to measure it out here and come down in and cut this off. Yeah, we'll just cut this. Okay. And then this will give me a piece to cut some embellishments out of. And what I'll have here is I will have a piece of paper. I have cut some other pieces off of it, so it's going to be shorter than the 12 inches the other way. But the main thing is I wanted width-wise, because I'm doing a regular size journal, or what I consider 9 by 6. I'm using 8.5 by 11 papers. But if I want this to be in the center or close to the center, I'm going to use the 10-inch because of, you know, as you get into the middle of your book, it's called creep, and your pages all start sticking out to the edge. If they're all 8.5 by 11, you'll have this stair-stepping waterfall thing happening at the edge called creep. And since I don't want to do that, I'm gonna do it this way. So I did want one of these. So I cut it right out of the center here, and I did go ahead and I distressed it with some distress ink, one of my new ones, in peeled paint, and it dried, so that's good. And so anyway, so I have this cut. I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it in half. Okay, fold it in half. And you want to be kind of careful because it will, some of them will go ahead and break here. But it looks like we're going to be good for that. And now we can go ahead and do some sewing here. Or you can try gluing with your different glues. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of gluing. But for, as a page, a pocket in my journal, I'm going to go ahead and just fold it back again. I love this vellum. So pretty. Okay, so we can go ahead and stitch here and here, and then we'll have a top pocket, or we can stitch at the top and have a side pocket. So that is going to be how I would make a page out of vellum. Of course, you can go ahead and just make a page out of vellum. One of the other things that I did is that the strips that I had cut off, I took them and I folded them. And the kind of cool thing about vellum is it pretty much stays where I tell it to go. And I made a ruffle, and then I took my ruffles and I sewed them onto some book paper. Again, because, you know, I want, especially if you wanted to be able to make something ahead of time, just stitching them onto paper, and then you can come in and you can glue your paper to paper. So I have done a few of them, and I sewed them one right after the other through the sewing machine, like that. And I wasn't supposed to cut them, but it was automatic. I just went ahead and cut them. So anyway, so I'll fold this, and then I can just rip it and add it to the book paper. And you can do skinnier book paper, no problem. You just, tear it, day T. This would count for your T, tearing. And you could do it, you can actually put it on a thinner one, and you'd still see the words through it, and you can stitch with whatever type stitching that you wanted to stitch. So that is paper ribbons. Out of the vellum pieces that I cut off for here. Here I've gone ahead and stamped using the archival ink from Ranger, jet black, and it dried. It dried, and I think that's kind of fun to be able to have a stamped image. So I can come in here and actually stamp on this. Let's see, do I have I do. It's like, do I have a blank block? I do have some stamps out still. Okay, so you just take it, and do I want to do it that way? That way? I think we'll kind of hug it underneath it. Okay, the other thing I'll show you one more thing with stamping on vellum. So we'll have that. Isn't that cool? I love that stamp. So this here was this image, and it is, I forget what size it is. Might be 2-inch scallop. It was from Stampin' Up. And then I used the clock stamp that I've been using throughout this series. And then I wanted to show you. So that's our page. So if you stamp on vellum inside your journal, say it's for a page or something. The other thing that's kind of cool, now this will take a little while to dry, but we can show you, is that you'll have an image from both sides. So you'll be able to see the image, as you pass by it in the journal. And we can just do like a tag that is vellum. You can take and put decorated vellum on top of something where you might be going to have, where you're going to be having, maybe like this, some journaling, and so we'll be playing with that. It does take it a little bit to dry, but it does just dry, and you are able to use it, hand stamp on vellum. So that is my Day V vellum. We made a double pocket that we'll be able to put inside the journal. We made paper ribbons. I stamped on some vellum and have that ready as an embellishment for somewhere in the journal. And again, paper ribbons, stamping on the vellum. That's what we've got for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you are enjoying the April ABC Junk Journal Challenge as we come to a close. I will be putting together my items that I have into a journal, and it's been really fun because I think we're going to have a beautiful full journal, and we will have used the 26 elements from the ABCs and have a full journal. So watch for that. Also watch for the journal with me. No, make a journal with me. And it will, you'll see the video for the kits later today. And they are very limited. There's only 6 of the journaling kits. It has all of the items that I'm going to be using. If you are looking for a step-by-step journaling series that is going to give you the items that you're going to use, everything except for your glue and your sewing machine, this is going to be the kit for you. If you are in a place that you're going, well, I just don't, I don't have that kind of stuff, everything that I'm going to use to make this journal is going to be in the kit. And there will be 6 of them. And then there will be tutorials also. And the way the tutorials are going to be done is I'm going to tell you to, you'll have a supply list so that you can follow along and put something together as close as possible. And these are going to be available in the Etsy shop. And so I look forward to having those ready for you. Yeah. So again, happy V for Vellum Day. You can join us in the April ABC Junk Journal Challenge. And I mean, there's still a few days left, and you could still finish your journal and get invited to the virtual online party and the access to the digital kit that will be available just to those, exclusively to begin with, to those that have finished their journals. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.